Hurricane Ida, September 1, was a very devastating blow to our neighborhood.
We have to replace the entire panel.
7 feet of water came into the basement. We lost everything. Almost $55,000 already spent, and we're not done yet.
3 months ago, Hurricane Ida brought record-breaking rains to New York City. On Barnes Avenue in the Bronx, a group of neighbors is still struggling to repair their homes. Franklin Williamson is the pastor of the Gospel Tabernacle Church.
Another pump goes here.
He's one of these neighbors.
Bathrooms, we got the doors on.
To cover the cost of repairs, he had to dip into the church's Toys for Tots fund.
And we may not be able to, give toys this Christmas to our children. That will be the first time in 25 years that we are not able to give out toys.
Residents believe the severe flooding was due to decades of city neglect. They say the city's Department of Environmental Protection failed to upgrade and maintain the sewer system as the neighborhood's population grew.
When I look at my neighbors, yes, so maybe I was able to put a GoFundMe page up and the community could have helped with some donations. But then when you look at the neighbors, the walls are still gutted.
This is a sump pump, but the sump pump broke during the storm.
Esther Morrison and her sister spent thousands to restore her childhood home. Then they were hit by hurricanes Elsa and Ida.
Me and my sister inherited this house when my mom passed away, and so we're trying to upgrade it. This was the bathroom. As soon as we do that, you get this flood. We've never got flood before back to back like that, and it just destroyed everything that we just did.
This is the first I've ever seen 2 feet of water in the basement. And all of us had 2 feet. The water was dirty and most of it was coming up from the drain and from the toilet too. It was like coming up the toilet too. And some of it was black.
DEP is responsible for those pipes.
According to data from 311 calls, residents in Bronx Community District 12 have made more complaints to the DEP this year than any other in the last decade. About 924 so far this year. Barnes Avenue gets hit especially hard during storms because it sits in a flood zone. During Ida, Esther Morrison captured the incoming waters on her cell phone.
The cars are flooded all the way down the street. Oh my goodness, look at that car over there. He's totally underwater.
To date, there have not been efforts to renovate the sewer system in the Northeast Bronx, and the area is not included in the city's latest stormwater resiliency plan, which will bring renovations to systems in the South Bronx and neighborhoods in other boroughs.
So one of the things that we're doing with the Barnes neighborhood is try to bring priority to this need.
The Barnes Avenue neighbors have been meeting every week. They want political leaders to pressure the DEP to renovate their sewer system. So far, the DEP has said that they inspected the pipes on Barnes Avenue after the storm and found no issues.
And you guys applied to the city?
Right now, there's no rain. Right now, there's no flood right now. And no one can predict that. With global warming that's happening and the shift in the weather climate, who to tell?
Not only does the street drains need to be able to handle the capacity of water that's coming from these storms, it needs to be maintained. I mean, I can't imagine every year with climate change and the way things are going, every year that I'm gutting out my basement.
If they had thought about upgrading the sewer system, the whole drainage, then I don't think this would have happened. DEP has a problem, and unless they fix it, then there's a possibility of recurrence.
City Councilman Kevin Riley says that he will personally get the DEP to visit the Barnes Avenue neighbors in the new year once the new legislative session begins. But meanwhile, the neighbors have struggled to get help from FEMA and their homeowners insurance. They're taking even more steps than before, to flood-proof their homes with the money they have. And they're doing what they can to get in the Christmas spirit. Reporting from the Bronx, Laura Bratton, New York City News Service.